big boys, cowabunga my dudes, and may the power protect you my brothers. It's your boy, and I'm back again with another video. What a year it has been for cinema, and I think we can all agree it's been a very unique one, and if it's only fitting to obviously rank my top 10 movies of the year. Bear in mind guys, at the time of this video is being recorded, I'm not exactly sure when this video will be out, knowing my schedule, but hey, in the spirit of the times we're living in, I say we move. Without further ado, let's get into my top 10. Taking the number 10 spot is Pixar's Soul. Ever wondered where your passions, your dreams, your interests come from? What it is that makes you? Soul tells the story of jazz musician Joe Gardner, who sort of stumbles onto his own unlikely journey. Pixar does a running theme I've noticed of when it comes to journeys and self-discovery, but by my no means is that a bad thing, as you know, and it's no jab particularly at the franchise in general, but as I feel Pixar and Disney master again and again in capturing the hearts of children and families around the globe, and Soul is a prime example of just that. Speeding in at number 9, if you pardon the pun, the blue furry menace that is Sonic the Hedgehog. Personally felt this movie got too much unnecessarily hate, but be that as it may, I will say it's not perfect. At times I felt the acting was a bit, half-cut, and the story felt not really interesting. However, as a guy who personally grew up on the video games and Sonic, there is something grand and nostalgic of Jim Carrey portraying Dr. Eggman, and is why our boy Sonic is at number 9. Our number 8 spot is of course Christopher Nolan's Tenet. This movie to this day I still have mixed feelings about, which oddly enough is a trend for me with Nolan movies, oddly enough, but honestly, point out credit where credit's due. The cinematography on this movie was outstanding. The score was brilliant. Actors Robert Pattinson and John David Washington was both fantastic in their roles, and again, it just shows that the kind that is that filmmaker that Nolan can be, and time and time again he improves. So, to name a few, Mr. Nolan, safe to say, you've done it again, sir. At number 7, we have DC's Birds of Prey. Again, not having too high hopes for this movie based on DC's film's recent track record, but arguably they have, had some bangers, i.e. Shazam, Joker, but what really concerned me was that this would be the first time we've seen in about probably 4 years Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. And controversial, her last appearance probs was not the best. However, being that critics did splash the movie in the reviews, I honestly had no issues with the movies on the whole. I quite liked the action sequence and brilliant performances from cast, especially veteran actor Ewan McGregor, who did portray Black Mask. The only real gripe I would say with this movie is at times, it could be a little bit too cliche, having a typical superhero plot, and fighting the bad guy at the end, yada, we've seen it before, Avengers, there's countless that we can name. But hey, maybe I'm a bit cliche, maybe that's what I like. DC, you took a chance with an all-female cast, and you know what? That's okay with me. Coming in at number 6, Disney makes the list again with their mythical adventure Onward. Ian and Barley Lightfoot on a journey of making a young boy's dream of meeting his father for the first time. But as like many journeys, they can come with their obstacles. Tom Holland and Chris Pratt are brilliant cast as the band of brothers who lend their voice. This honestly was not my usual kind of movie scene. I mean, I guess I kind of I see the appeal, and obviously, I'm not the kind of target audience for this movie, but then again, it is for family, it is for children, and kind of, I guess Disney kind of do that, but I don't know, I guess this is if this year has taught me anything, is that, you gotta be optimistic. And conveniently enough, I think Pixar's Onward does just that. Getting into the top 5 section, and what better way to start off is with Vin Diesel as the title role in Bloodshot. Ray Garrison is an elite soldier killed in battle, is resurrected and given superhuman abilities. As he set out his revenge, he uncovers secrets about his life and the people supposedly helping him. This movie, for me, oddly was kind of a breath of fresh air. Living in the age of where cinema is dominated by both the MCU, DC films, like there's like so many superhero movies. Like obviously we've got Star Wars, there's like franchise after franchise. I think Bloodshot was the perfect injection, if you pardon the pun. Vin Diesel suits the character well and is backed up by a pretty decent cast. Bloodshot is based off another well-known comic. Who knows, maybe we'll have another cinematic universe along the horizons. We can only... Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge is our 4th top movie. If you know me, I'm a huge fan of Mortal Kombat franchise. This movie was just right up my alley. Scorpion is undoubtedly my favorite character to play in the actual game. So to see a narrative be established for Scorpion was quite interesting. For someone who was portrayed with this forever rage, and to see his actual story this gives me even more depth, giving me so much more appreciation of the character on a whole. And as always, folks, it wouldn't be a Mortal Kombat movie without the whole gang. We got Raiden, we got Liu Kang, we got Sonya Blade, Sub-Zero, all the gangs back together to make one great flick. Scorpion's Revenge, get over here. Guys, I'm sorry, I had to. You are at number 4 place. Number 3 was of course the conclusion to the DC animated universe, Justice League Apocalypse War. This movie was no joke. It didn't hold back. If you're going to this movie thinking it was just a nice little popcorn movie, then get that out of your head right now. There was betrayal, there was ambush, and all DC characters you can think of, like they were there. It was just, it was awful. No, there were no holds bar. DC did not held back. They was just like, you know what, let's go out with this with a bang. And that's what they did. From a demon fighting Superman, a cyborg diva in our own Wonder Woman, and may I say the cherry on top of this movie had to be Darkseid and Trigon facing off in one epic battle. This is a definite movie I recommend, and it's why Apocalypse War is our number 3 spot. My number 2 spot is Guy Ritchie's The Gentleman. Being from Britain, I can say Guy Ritchie's movies do arguably have a reputation of being quite, let's say, legendary. Set in the British underworld of crime, Matthew McConaughey leads a star-studded cast of the likes of Hugh Grant, Michelle Dockery, and by far has to be my favorite part of the movie was Colin Farrell's portrayal of the Coach. Absolutely outstanding. What I noticed, particularly with Ritchie's movies, i.e. when you have Snatch and you have stuff like Lock, Stock, Ritchie does this amazing thing. I don't know if that's just for me, but it's so remarkable what he does with his actors in his movie. He takes the most unlikely of actors, the most unlikely person to be fitted into this particular role, and just thinking you will never see the actor, no way, in shape or form, but then it bodes well. It resonates the character, and it shows what the technique and the depth of an actor can do. The Gentleman, sir, kindly take your seat at number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. My number 1 spot and my top movie of the year 2020, My Hero Academia, Heroes Rising. Now, before you roast me in the comments, allow me, yes, I'm fully aware the original subversion of the actual Japanese movie was released like late 2019. But, however, if you're like me, who lives in the UK, I got this movie around, I want to see January, February, I think, of 2020, so I think I saw it in February. So, you know what, guys? Screw it. I'm counting it. based off one of my favorite animes of all time, My Hero Academia. Deco and the rest of the heroes of Class 1A must save a group of islanders from a powerful villain. What this movie did so well than it did from its previous movie, I feel it didn't just make the main protagonist, who is Deku, just his story, but it also involved the other members of Class 1A. And it made it feel like a collective. It didn't just felt like this was Deku's movie. And another thing that really struck for me is seeing characters such as Bakugo go, for example, who at first was such a hothead who didn't listen to anyone, constantly rebelled out. So to see his character flourish and grow, and to Deku, as he is someone who is always seen as his rival, but as more as equals now, shows brilliant character progression, and it what made this movie such an enjoyable flick. I can highly recommend. If you're not particularly into anime, then I seriously recommend you start with My Hero Academia. It is a very good anime, but you know what? They did well with this movie. My Hero Academia, Heroes Rising, you are my top movie of 2020. There you have it, folks. My top movies of 2020. If you made this far, you are one of the real ones. Please remember, guys, I am not wrong. I am not right. Again, it's just my opinion. But guys, please comment your list in the bottom. What was your top movies, 10 movies of 2020? And guys, did you see any of my movies? Did you like them? Did you dislike them? Let's have a discussion in the comments below. Oh, guys, I think I rambled on too much. But guys, remember, as always, my socials are in the description. Please go and follow me. But yeah, guys, I spoke enough. Thanks so much. And I mentioned here, that's it from me, guys, for this video. I've been your boy, and as always, thanks for watching.